So it's now day 3 of the detox. I was feeling a little bit tired this morning, even though I'd sort of had quite a well-rested night. My sleep definitely seems to be getting better. I'm still waking up, but I seem to be getting back to sleep more quickly and do actually seem to be sleeping more solidly. The one thing I found this morning when I was doing my workout, I did feel a little bit weaker and tireder, but I think that might just be because I'm still sort of doing like strength and hip workouts, whereas maybe it would be better to be doing sort of some yoga or Pilates. But that's just sort of like the workout that I'm following at the moment. So, you know, I feel good once I've done it, but I do just feel like I don't have full strength. Whether that's just me, who knows? But yeah, so I feel, since I've done my workout, I do feel a little bit more energized, so that's good, and I am feeling good. I had put on a few pounds, which is sort of natural to do anyway, especially since we've just had Christmas. So and I weighed myself this morning and I have actually lost those few pounds, which is good, but that's not the real reason for me doing the detox. The real reason for me doing the detox is to hopefully help try and sort of decongest my liver and you know, help my digestive system, really. So, but it's just nice to obviously know that, you know, that can help sort of shift a few pounds, but that's probably because I have been focusing on drinking a lot more water as well and everything. I have found I've been getting a little bit bored of soup, and it's only been 2 days, so I've been having soups for dinner. I've sort of been following the recipe book, the winter cookbook, quite strictly and making sure I'm sticking to everything, because it's the first time I've done this detox, so I wanted to make sure I didn't mess it up, so I didn't like ruin the results or anything. But after speaking to people in the group, they've said as long as it's plant-based and you're following the instructions, you know, there's a list of what you can't include and what you can include in this detox. So as long as you're following that, then you can sort of make things your own. So I could either have a smoothie, or I could just make something, as long as it's plant-based, actually something that you chew. And one thing to remember is to make sure you chew your food instead of just gulping it down, which is one thing I'm trying to remember to do this week. So yeah, so I'm quite excited that I'm going to change it around a little bit. There was like a stir fry on the lunch recipe for today, but I think I'm going to do that for this evening, because bless my partner Neil, he's been sort of doing it. He's not been following it strictly, but he'll sort of have what I have for dinner in the evening, so it'll be quite nice if he's been having soup for the last 2 nights. And although they're great and they taste great, I'm not a massive soup person anyway. I have to really fancy soup to eat it, and normally I tend to have it at lunchtime. The one thing I do feel that I might need to change is actually the fact that I probably do not eat small enough in the evening. So that is one thing, because obviously it is better to eat more during the day when you're, you know, moving around and doing stuff like that, and your body's got time to digest before you go to bed. Whereas sometimes we do eat quite late. I mean, it's still a couple of hours before we then go to bed, but we do still eat quite late often, and I think that's something we need to look at, like to maybe have something lighter in the evenings, or just make sure my portion size is a lot smaller. So it's really interesting, the things that you pick up as you go along and how you're feeling, and it's fantastic to like just to note it all down. But so on day 3 today, I'm gonna have porridge again this morning. I do enjoy having smoothies for breakfast, but it is just the case that because I'm trying to eat warmer breakfasts, I'm just trying to stick with the porridges at the moment, and they do keep me really full. So then maybe I'll have a smoothie at lunchtime, and then we'll have the veggie stir fry. We'll do it tonight and make sure I follow the rules of no oils, no sauces, things like that. So yeah, so going well so far. It's only 5 days. Anyone can do 5 days. It's doable. I feel like I'm halfway now, and I'm sort of like craving to have certain things. The things I miss the most, like I do enjoy a glass of red wine, which is something that I will continue to do, but obviously more restricted. But the one thing that I want to do the most is have a cup of tea. Being British, I love my cup of tea, and it's like I do actually quite miss that in the morning, especially if I was doing it in the summer it would be easier, but during the winter I just love having a cup of tea, especially when you get up and it's dark mornings, and like today it's very drizzly and wet outside. So that is what I am missing more than anything, is having a cup of tea. That's the only time as well that I actually have normal dairy milk. Like any other time I'll have plant-based milks, normally oat milk, but with a cup of tea I just can't seem to find a plant-based milk that makes it taste just as good, so I have just a tiny little bit of dairy milk in my tea, and that's the only time. So that is one thing I'm really struggling with, and I also want to make sure that after these 5 days I don't just start anything that I am thinking that I really want or craving. I'm not going to go mad on. It's about the fact of reintroducing it all in gradually and making sure I keep up this lifestyle. So try and eat like this the majority of the time, but still enjoy my treats, because I really believe in an 80-20 lifestyle. So I just feel like these detoxes are great for a quick, just to help your body like rest, help your digestive system rest, decongest the liver, and then try and continue as best as you can, but by living an 80-20 lifestyle. So 80% of the time you're eating well and nutritious food, 20% of the time you can have a treat, like a glass of wine or a piece of cake, if you fancy it. It doesn't mean you have to have it. Like, if you can eat well and nutritious food 100% of the time, then that is fantastic, and that is, you know, amazing if you can do that. But realistically, sometimes there's a lot of people who struggle with that, so it is focusing on sort of at least 80-20, so that you can still allow yourself your treats. But the thing is, the more you eat well like this, the less you want that. So, because I have found things like, I don't crave cakes or anything like that, or chocolate or anything, and I'm not craving red wine, but it's the cup of tea. It's the cup of tea that I miss, and that probably is more of a comfort thing. So I'm just looking forward to Saturday when I can have a cup of tea in the morning. But again, like I said, I'm not going to go crazy with it all, and I'm looking forward to seeing the results at the end of this.